I'm starting here. Good morning, Alex. Thank you for joining me once again in this early hour. I mean, it's not so early for you, but I heard, yeah. Anyway, thank you for for being here. I just came back from a little vacation, and it was a lot of fun. Getting out of this gloomy darkness I'm surrounded in here. So I was for the first time in my life in Spain, actually. So yeah, it was quite fun to be because back here, it just snowed today, and there it was like summer. I had short pants and my sunglasses. So yeah, I'm a little bit out, so I'm not really prepared. But yeah. So how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've seen your Instagram account for this time while you were there. Yeah, pretty fine. Photos. My question is, have you traveled alone there, or did you take your family with you?
No, yes. I mean, I traveled alone from my family's perspective, but I was there with some friends. And yeah, I'm kind of in the lucky position that I know somebody who has a little house there on Mallorca, in Spain, in this little island, and he just said, "Oh, I'm gonna go there, so you want to come with me?" A friend of mine is coming as well, and so we just did a little tour down there. Yeah, and I never thought I would be there because you know, Mallorca in Germany has a bad tinge to it, a bad ring, because a lot of party is going on. But of course, there's not a lot of party going on there right now. But we have a very low incident rate, and we are quite doing well. Anyway, the point was, I just talked with a friend about, yeah, I haven't been out for a while and whatever. And he said, "Oh, I'm going to go down there. So why don't you come with me?" So it was just a lucky circumstance. I didn't really thought about doing it. Sorry. And, didn't plan on. But, what I learned in my little life is once you get an opportunity to go somewhere to do something, do it. You know, I remember I have a friend from Caracas, from Venezuela, and I had the opportunity to spend the Christmas there. I had no costs, just the travel cost, like here, because I didn't pay anything for staying there. There was no hotel cost and stuff. But I couldn't do it because I didn't have the money for the flight. And this is, I would really like to have seen Caracas or have been to Venezuela. But so that's why whenever I have an opportunity, I take it. Whenever somebody invites me, I have another friend who owns an island actually, and he invited me to come there, so I'm going. I'm saying yes, even though I really like to be at home. I'm kind of a boring guy. I like to do my radio show. I like to do to play with my playlist. For me, it's all a game to see how big my high score can be. So I hated to be away from my toys. Basically, you see here behind me a new toy, and I like to sing and I like to practice and stuff. So I hate this to be away, but it's good for me mentally, to get out once in a while and do something completely different, hang out with my friends and sightseeing and stuff. Because, yeah, it kind of, freshens you up. Anyway, sorry, this is very boring maybe for the listeners who are not interested in what I like to do in my spare time. So, what should we talk about today, Alex? You had a nice topic about some Spotify rumors. Let's talk about Spotify rumors.
Yeah, whether I like it or not. Yes, Spotify is quite loud platform, and there is a lot of stuff that going on with Spotify. Considering when our episode will be out and when this news appeared, and yeah, I think this is not a new stuff for listeners. But there is several things that are going on at the same time with Spotify that I think would be interesting to speak about. First one is this petition that musicians signed to, like, musicians got a little bit mad at Spotify for low stream payments, basically payments per
Revenue.
stream.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they kind of went to Spotify like with petition, like, and musicians started to sign this petition. I guess all this stuff works virtually. I actually didn't see it. I just heard a lot of it for last week. I don't even know when it happened exactly.
Yeah. No. I mean, with a low payment, this is a I don't really like the way Spotify pays the musicians because I mean, we are small independent musicians, so we get very little, but we pay for the big ones, and that's the thing I don't like, because if listeners listen to us and have a paid account and something, I think, not because I'm greedy or so, but I think they listen to us, so the money should go to us. But how it works with Spotify, it's a really weird schematic thing. What we do, it's kind of where we take all the things, all the money we get in, and put it in a big pool. And the more listeners you had, the more money you get out of the pool. And this is, of course, okay in a way, because the more people listen to you, the more money you get. But it's not right for, because they get money from the people who haven't listened to them. If people come to listen to us specifically, to your music and to my music, I should get the music, the payments from them. And this is not how it is. I get a percentage of the pool determined by how many listeners I have for this period of time. So it's a really strange metric, and this is something I don't like. I think it should be all the listeners who listen to me should I should get their money, or the stream revenue from them, and not Taylor Swift or someone else who's has much more followers and listeners than we are. When we have. So I'm not jealous or something. It's just I don't think the metric is right here. And the bad thing is, of course, Spotify. Today it's almost impossible to go without it. So you have no real. You cannot really opt out of Spotify. Yeah, I mean you can, but then you don't exist on the biggest platform for music. And this is, of course, a downside for the musician because people don't find you. I recently started on Bandcamp, and I don't do much advertisement or shout outs there. But, I see slowly it grows that people listen to my stuff there as well. And nobody has bought anything, but that's fine. I'm in it for the fun. But yeah, what I like is to have. I think we talked about this before. To have different platforms where you can listen to me. I'm also on YouTube, of course, and all this, so you can listen there as well. But YouTube even pays less than Spotify. So. And what I also kind of heard rumor-wise, as we are talking about rumors right now, is that they also will have video soon. I mean, they kind of have this Canvas deal already, where you can have a 7 or 8 second long video. But I think this will be enhanced in the future. From what I gather, the biggest one, Joe Rogan, already is on Spotify, and you can transmission. You can listen there, and then you can go to the video, and I think they will kind of all have. We kind of have like a YouTube like a pendant of Spotify will appear soonish, because the oh, see, this reminds me. I wanted. you can talk now, and I wanna stream live on Reddit because I saw I can stream live on Reddit, so I will do it now.
Yeah, try to do it. I didn't know it as well. What I think about what happened with Spotify, not what happened, but about their way to pay the people. Even though I'm not really into this platform, I think I actually agree with these people. It's of course depends on where you get your traffic from, but this system that bigger names is get paid more, I think it's a little bit fair. I mean, not a little bit. I think it's
What?
relatively fair. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. When people like it depends again. It depends on situation, like where your listener came from. If this listener were on Spotify because he wanted to listen some exhibit or some AAA musician, and then he finds you, I think this is fair that this musician will get more because this is in the first place. These musicians bring your listener to Spotify, and then he, uh, by the way, took your music as well to hear on this platform. But if you was the one who bring someone to Spotify and big musicians get this percentage from your streams, this is a little bit unfair, but yeah, at the same time, this is something that we usually see people very much advertise their Spotify accounts, and they trying to get people from outside Spotify. So in this case, I think it's not really fair that big musicians get bigger numbers, and as you said, like from your streams, income comes to their pockets. But in the first place, I think Spotify is not the platform that where you take like musicians from outside and they take a listener from outside and bring him to Spotify. For example, he had no music platform. You motivate him, kind of prepare him, educate him to use this Spotify. Then you bring him to Spotify, and then other musicians get like income that basically you generated for the platform. But the way Spotify works, as I see, is they already have like this big amount of listeners, and we just use it as small artists because like Spotify closed this question, like how do I hear this person? Because yeah, some people still not really comfortable with music platforms, stores. They don't really understand how it works. And I have to say, uh, here where I am, people still use like Flash drivers. They just upload music, uh, download illegally music from some uh, like websites,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just upload to Flash driver and stuff like this.
Really?
So
Okay.
it's
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's still big thing here, which is why I was surprised that you said that I'm quite big as a musician here because yeah, I didn't know that people here very much into music platforms. So as you see, there is like two ways, two perspective. I look at this thing with payments. Like
Mm-hmm.
first way is when you bring the listener on the platform, and other musicians, bigger musicians, get like income that you generated because you kind of bring them client, and who knows, maybe he will purchase like premium. He not even not only looking advertisements and stuff like that, but he purchase, and in that case you created a new client, which is why I think there should be like some kind of partner program or something like this. And in another case, you just come into platform that is already here, like that people already here, and you take listeners from inside of the platform. In that case, it makes sense that you don't get that big percent, because this audience that Spotify has, it's like you can work with audience like in the world, or you can work with audience like inside of Spotify. And judging by Spotify usual promotion strategies, it's all more directed for like taking audience from inside of Spotify, like with YouTube. You usually, when you work with YouTube, you work with already existing audience that created by YouTube basically, and YouTube creators. So in first case you create audience, and in the second case you work with audience that has been created for you by someone else, like these big musicians.
Okay, I get your point. That's actually not a. I didn't thought about this. You're right. So, okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah.
So the question is actually why people in the first place work from this, like why they trying to bring. It's not like, I think this is not Spotify who is should judge for it, because I see independent musicians by themselves, like, to be honest, treat Spotify like religions, most of them. But let's be honest. Because what I see,
religion. I mean, this is a tough word. I mean, what do you mean by that?
I mean, people like there is music platforms, but when it comes to Spotify, it's just, I don't know, people losing their mind, I guess. So I don't know. I don't see any motivation for.
You think they overestimate the thing, the platform?
Hard to say it. I don't really see why should we speak about it. I just say that the way people treat Spotify is a little bit weird to me, because but this is not the topic.
Okay, yeah.
Today. What I'm trying to say, as one of like consequences of this treatment to Spotify, is people like they do what they not motivated to do. They trying to bring audience from outside. For example, you have a distributor and you placed on a lot of music platforms. But at the same time, people prioritize Spotify. Like they don't like put link to all of their music platforms.
Yeah.
They
Like
put
I did.
Spotify.
I did too. For me, it was the main priority in the beginning to use Spotify. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay. No, sorry. Go ahead.
And that is weird to blame company for what you do wrong, because they didn't create this motivation. It you was in the first place who decided that you will promote your Spotify page, right?
Yep.
So what the hell? Why the Spotify is guilty? It's our fault if we promote our Spotify page. They didn't say they will pay to us, because it's we the ones who like, oh, check out my Spotify.
Yeah. Okay.
And
It's
then
true.
what the hell can we say to them, like,
But
I actually promoted you. If I was Spotify, I would say, I didn't tell you to do it. We promote by ourselves. We have a budget, and we don't care basically if you promote us or not. It was your choice, basically. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. Okay, and you have a valid point. It's absolutely fine. I didn't thought about this, and you're absolutely right. I'm guilty at the same. In the beginning I was just Spotify, getting my playlist up and followers and all this stuff. And I still kind of when I research other bands, I want to talk to, I look at their Spotify. Spotify is for me a starting point, because if you have your Instagram and Twitter link, then I can get in contact with you, and so it's easy for me. It's a starting point. So you have a valid point. It kind of gives you the audience. It's the same like with YouTube. You can say what you want. You have a chance to be out in front of the millions. Just because and you promote. I promote my show on YouTube, and so I bring the listeners or the viewers there. But still, it's kind of. I think it's
still do you, because usually when you say like check out my podcast or check out my radio, people already have account, and they have account because they wanted to watch something before they knew you even exist. Usually this is the way, because YouTube pretty old, and again they already created this audience, right?
I just got a lot of things here from Reddit. Actually, hello, hi to Reddit. You can listen to my stuff on Spotify. Just check for Shellshocked Radio Talk. There's lots of them out there. And somebody said no more Spotify. I kind of, I'm sitting on the fence here. I like Spotify, but I want to have alternatives here. Anyway, so back to you. I'm talking with my friend Alex here. Alex, his artist's name is Second Accident, and mine is Megalmodas. If you want to check out my music, sorry, that's a black. But we're talking about Spotify, and it's kind of I had a hate-love relationship with Spotify. In a way, I love it because it's easy to listen to millions of songs, and it's also a nice promotion tool, and you can find out a lot of things, and the algorithm and can work in your favor. I was just a little bit upset with, how they spend the money they earn, and it's not, lower artists, smaller artists don't get much. But then again, you have a nice point that you get the opportunity to get, but this is kind of
basically price for opportunity.
Pay to play. This is kind of like pay to play. Would you agree on this thing at least? So that you kind of this is okay. This is a different kind of topic. I guess this is. Today, the artist has to do so much things to get in front of an audience, So you have to do the recording, you have to write the music, do the recording, do the cover artwork, and do all this and promote it and things. Before you earn anything, you have spent, depends on, your budget, you have spent at least $100, $200, maybe thousands. The big bands spend much more, and then you anyway. That's not the topic you want to talk. You wanted to talk about it. Anything. What needs to use exactly. He says. It's like. If you are a visual artist, you cannot go without Instagram. So it's like if you're a musician artist, you cannot go without Spotify. You just have to be there because it's the platform to be. You can hate it. Huh? No?
Not necessarily, I think.
Okay, I know you are more like on iTunes and SoundCloud. That's kind of your thing, right?
No, I'm not talking about this. I'm more about like we have a Bandcamp, SoundCloud, we have same Apple Music, or we have Deezer. Deezer, quite big player. We have Tidal. It's. I don't know why people think it's all about Spotify, because Spotify quite big and they getting bigger, but it's not something like way ahead of other platforms, and they still have their audience. I think it's more about like being on Spotify as well than like treat Spotify like Instagram, where everybody like you cannot be like cold-blooded about it. I don't know how to say it. Like you just or hate it or love it, but there is no middle. But I think there should be middle, and
Mm.
basically to use Spotify or not, but where it depends on where your audience based, because it weren't even available last year in my country. So why the if I had music on this market, why the hell should I consider Spotify? It's not even if it's not even available on this market,
Do you have
if
you have a good
there.
point? You have a good
So
point actually. You're absolutely right, and I'm guilty of this as well. I treated Spotify as the all the thing to be, but it's just one of many platforms, and it's I mean it's the hip platform or whatever, I don't know. Um, but your point is it's just one of many, and it's cool to be there, but it's not the end of it all, because we all are we use both root nodes, so we are on I don't know how many platforms we are. You could listen to the music we are. You said Tidal,
it's now
Deezer,
even
and
half of all the platforms.
Exactly. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I I'm just a one-man army, so I cannot be everywhere all the time. So I decided to focus on a few outlets. We talked about this before. I'm a little bit on Instagram. I'm big on Twitter and other, and that's it basically. And now I'm just started with Reddit. Hello Reddit, because I liked that it's so easy to stream there. So yeah, and on YouTube, of course, I exist. I mean, I exist on other platforms, but I just try to focus there. Anyway, you're right. We should just not. We should be on all the platforms, but don't pay too much attention to a single one. But then again, like I said, I'm a one-man army. I have only this limited time, and space where I can put my time and effort in. If I would be on 30 I am on 30 platforms, but I cannot work on 30 platforms. When I would need to have a promotional agency or somebody who helps me with my daily things. I have my radio show. I have my playlist I curate on just one platform, which is Spotify. So I mean, I could have playlists, I guess, on every other platform as well. But I started a little bit on YouTube to have a little a playlist, like my Discovery playlist, Shellshocked Radio Discovery, where I put in some videos. But I just do when I find something what I really like, when I put it in there. It's not a regularly setup thing. So, yeah, I have no real answer to that. It's just choose the platforms you want to most engaged in, but be on all the platforms, basically. That's how I can sum it up, right?
Yeah, this the main thing about all this situation with mad musicians so that like give us our money is there is no problem. It's in our head because nobody said or asked us to promote Spotify.
That's true.
Literally, nobody said that. I never saw anything like, yeah, promote us. I know that Apple say like, if you use our partnership link, you will get 2 more% from, like, even if I sold your album, Megalmodas album, I will get 2%. This is motivation I see, because I sold your album to million people, I got some money. Spotify never said anything like that, which is why I don't think we have a right to blame them because it's our choice.
Yep, exactly. No, they just, you're absolutely right. It's just they provide a service, and we can choose to use it or not, But it's not okay. In this regard, I'm with you. It's like you have a transportation system, and it's cool. And if I pay €2, I can ride the bus, and if I don't, the bus still goes on. It doesn't matter if I'm there or not. So okay, no, that's a good point. So
Yeah, you do most I think rational stuff. you work like in the middle of this storm, basically. Like you don't like take too much audience from outside, the way I see it, because you work with playlist, you work with maybe Spotify algorithm a little bit, because you like inside of Spotify, you're not trying to bring a lot of people like to your Spotify, because you have this like links hub, basically, where you have all the stuff you do, all the products that you create, that you produce in one page. It's not like Spotify and whatever that you have, like the YouTube channel, which is big focus of your like time and efforts. You have everything. And yeah, my question to musicians, like, who how can you be mad if you like made it by your choice? Nobody said you to do it.
Yeah, but
On the other hand, if you into like promoting from outside, it's just again start promote platform that like encourages you for promoting it. Bandcamp pretty cool platforms. Why not? Because it's not cool. It's actually pretty interesting underground platforms, or platform, what I would call it. And there is a lot of very interesting people who like has strong principles. This is my experience with Bandcamp. There is people that have some principles, which is why these people like don't get their music like to platforms purposely. They don't do it like because they have some kind of principles, with this. You need to speak with this kind of person to understand what I'm talking about, because it's different principles and reasons. But this is very interesting people.
yeah,
They understand that, yeah, when you promote Bandcamp, you promote yourself. When you open Bandcamp, you basically see like Megalmodas, and nothing else. You still see search bar, but if I go to Bandcamp, there is very, very low chance that I will be distracted by some other musician. It works like almost like website.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. And some people, even bigger artists I found who are even big on Spotify, like Rapid Junk, we only have a Bandcamp site. We have a low maintenance. We don't want to spend much money on. Oh wait, I have to do this.
Yeah, I understand your point. Like
And
for
it's
building and creating website.
exactly, and on Bandcamp you also can say sell T-shirts and stuff. So you can the low overhead costs. It's cool. So Bandcamp is more like a DIY approach. You can put on everything there, and you just have a one-stop shop basically. Like I think Root Note tried as well with. That you can buy the music directly from Root Note and stuff, but the shop I think really never took really off or something. Anyway, you have a good point. It's what I take out of it: diversify your thing, and like I am a one-man army. I can only be on a few platforms really, because if I'm on everything, then I can be just a little bit there. So I like the opportunity, like we have on YouTube, that you can upload your things there and people can find it, and I like that if you talk with an interesting artist, and then people later discover this artist and want to get to know more about them, when I search for a lot. When I search for this artist and can find some in-depth talk with the artist, and this is where I can shine a little bit, that we get. I don't like little clips and little snippets. We talked about this before. I want an in-depth look at the artist and talk about whatever he or she wants to talk about, and show us from their private life or whatever. Anyway, our topic is Spotify. And anyway, I think we can close out the rumors now. It seems like we will become a little bit YouTube-like, that there will be some more video stuff on there in the future, and they try to diversify as well. So I'm not really sure how I should think about it, because for me it took quite a while that I took YouTube seriously as a music provider. For me, music, YouTube was always videos. I mean, music videos or other things. Of course, it's YouTube. You go there. Oh, the new video is out. Where do you check it? I mean, there's Vimeo and there's other sites, but I would go first to YouTube. So for me, it was always a little bit music inclined, but just listening to music, I never thought about it on YouTube. But now we are, have YouTube Music. They just it's a music player. So I think Spotify comes from the other direction, and they're becoming a video player in the future, because it's things streaming gets more and more done and more reliable. So this is my if I look into the glass ball or in the crystal ball, this is what I think will happen soon. That we will have music videos as well. They are not just the 8-second canvas videos, but real videos. Would the natural progression be, I guess?
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to predict what exactly is going on. It's very interesting what is going on with Spotify particularly, not because of its status, but because it's the way it's deal and the way it does the way it approach to tasks. I like Spotify's marketing, to be honest. How they encourage independent musicians to create, how they educate actually. Because they have this Spotify for Artists YouTube channel. They have I guess Twitter or Instagram, like Spotify for Artists. And I never saw Apple Music for Artists. Apple just say get music to our platform, and there is some motivation for me to promote more Apple Music than Spotify, for example.
That's another thing. Sorry, go ahead, and then I have I have something to say about Spotify.
Yeah, but this is cool thing that Spotify educate musicians, and this is cool thing. But to rely completely on it and to blame the company, it's not the way to go. It's to be honest, it's getting out of laziness, in my opinion, of our laziness to promote ourselves with real marketing. And yes, there is real marketing, or there is when you go into some room that someone filled with people, with audience, and you trying to get a listener from this room,
but
and then you blame someone. Something.
Yeah, but real marketing is I mean, it's especially in the times we're living right now. It's impossible to not be on Instagram or Twitter or somewhere to be found. I found one artist who put in his Spotify profile that he is nowhere to be found on any social media platform. And it's, in a way, I think it's cool, but it's also impossible to survive today, especially if there's no shows around. I mean, if there is a normal circumstance, a normal band can go out and then there can be word of mouth and people will talk about it and they'll make hashtags. It's still social media, but the band doesn't do it, So there would be a possibility to be found. Hey, did you hear about this band? They are really great and they have a great show and then a charismatic singer or whatever, something you word of mouth can spread if you have shows out, and then the shows get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you will find YouTube videos and stuff from what fans made, and this can happen, of course. but not today. So today you don't exist. What you were made me think about is, I think, what also is coming. There should. It seems like we kind of foster a Spotify community. You know, YouTube has now a community thing where you can have community shout outs and special places and stuff. And I think on Spotify we try to encourage this as well. You know that people, Spotify content creators, kind of help each other how to grow, how to do things right, or what worked for me and stuff. It's interesting. I try to stay away usually from things like this because mostly it's like do this and that and do this promotion, and then you will grow and you get 1,000 followers and stuff. And it's like, yeah, as you know, I'm not going for the fast road. For I want 1,000 followers in X days, and then things are good. I'm going for the slow approach. I'm doing what I want to do. And how I do it, how I can do it as a one-man army. So that's, once again, I focus only on a few single platforms and not on all of them. How could you do it? It's impossible. Anyway, this is another thing I see coming, that there will be more a sense of community from Spotify artists, where you get, like, I don't know, special chat rooms like you have on SubmitHub. That you get entrance to the SubmitHub creators, and then you can discuss things and, oh, this works for me and this doesn't work for me, and I think this will happen here as well. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Something will happen anyway, I think. It's interesting to look at this in comparison with YouTube, like Spotify and YouTube. YouTube has it's a little bit hard to compare because YouTube is second huge search engine, and Spotify is not, and this is actually makes huge difference between these platforms, between the way you promote your content on these platforms. Because on Spotify, it's about your behavior of people with your content and stuff like this. And on YouTube, when they have this search bar, they may not looking for Megalmodas, but they can type in Gothic rock, and get to Megalmodas unpurposely, like not trying to get there. This is the main difference between these platforms. So it's this is why it's a little bit hard to compare them, because they have like a little bit different nature,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, every platform is unique. That's for sure. But like with YouTube, I'm just happy that I have the opportunity. I mean, okay, I don't want to stress this so much, and I don't want to, want you to talk about it. But I grew up in a very repressive government, where you couldn't say what you want, what you really thought, and you have to be a party line. I grew up in the GDR, in a regime, and so I'm very happy that I can be now talking about whatever I want in brackets. I cannot talk about drugs on YouTube, otherwise I get a strike. So I'm not completely free, of course, but that's the community guide rules. And luckily for me, the most things I'm interested in is, of course, music and talking with other artists. And, we talk about day-to-day stuff, and normal things, normal people talk about. And so it's fine. It's PG-13, you can say, we can swear in my programs, and that's fine as well. And I don't get censored for this. My point is, I grew up but it has a downside as well, because now I'm getting to my point. I have an open voice. I have an open channel. I can be found, and I can be saying what I want. The problem is everyone can do it. So my voice gets drowned out by all the background noise that is out there, all the other people, the millions of other people who do exactly the same as me. And I'm not saying that's wrong. It's cool that they can do it as much as I can do it, but it's to stand out of this avalanche of other people. It's almost impossible, but that's fine. I'm fine with having a niche, and at least I can say something, And I have my little outlet, which I would have never had, if things wouldn't have changed. Like, what was it? 1989, 1990, 1990. With a war coming down here in East Germany, and we having a reunion. So. Yeah, you're right. You kind of put my things in perspective again. We should, for me, the conclusion of our just, talk and rambling we had today was we should be happy that we have the opportunity to get out there, and we should grasp the opportunity, to get in front of millions and use the platform as intended, but not as a one stop, but just as one of many venues we can go to. You as an electronic artist, I think we talked about it, you never really intend to go to put on together a live show, to play your music live somewhere. You only intend to be a recording artist and to put your music out for people to listen to it at home and to enjoy it there in their privacy or on their, phones or wherever they want to listen to it. For me, it's this is also a point. It's cool that people can find it and listen to at their own convenience at home. But I'm also I'm a live artist as well. I kind of I'm a better performer. When I'm live, my music can be enjoyed, of course, at home, and I like to listen to it as well. When I work or whatever I do, it's fine. But I also, for me, there would be a show, and it's a show element, and I want to make videos, and I want to be in front of a crowd, and so it's just one of a few outlets I have. So yeah, I think I should. I don't need to, but I should exist there, and I like it that I'm there. And we talked about it, every week we talk about it. I can tell you, the thing is going up. People find me, people follow me, people, and it's fine. It's always going up, and it's a slow progress, but it's a progress, and I like it. So I'm quite happy to exist there. But yeah, it's not one and only platform you need to be on. Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's
Go ahead.
technology developed. We can do more and more. We're capable of more and more stuff. It's a little bit insane to expect that music will be more expensive. No, it will be cheaper and cheaper with time, and Spotify predicting like tens of millions more creators in next years.
Mm-hmm.
Music will be only cheaper, what I see as a result of all this stuff. So not a chance to expect that prices will be raised. Because we, as a musicians, and then as a musicians, as independent musicians, created these situations where, without any motivation, we bring people to the platform. It's our fault, and to blame someone for our decisions, it's a little bit weird. Again, why I speak about laziness, like why we blame it out of laziness. We have a title that pays pretty nice, for streams. Who promote his title?
Yep,
You on Tidal, probably.
yeah, exactly. And then of course the Spotify algorithm does it as well. So it's it goes hand in hand. If you have if you promote your title, when more people stream it, if more people stream it, then it gets picked up by the algorithm, so it gets in front of more people. It's kind of a snowball. It's it works. But yeah, you're essentially right. We do it. We started. And we could now all go to Tidal or all go to Deezer or something, and
This plays very well as well. Yes.
Bandcamp, all go to Bandcamp and stuff.
We don't want to do anything. We don't want to change goddammit link in our I don't know Instagram, from Spotify to Tidal because we understand that it will be a little bit harder for us. We're already laced by Spotify, if you will allow me to say that. So we know that, oh yeah, I will put this to playlist. I know that this works like this. And so if it's simpler for people to create like petitions and stuff like this to raise income instead of not changing the world around you, but change yourself. And okay, I don't like your offer, I will go to Tidal. It's still here right now, like now people listen, and that's a big amount of people as well. And they pay well. What the hell the problem is with Spotify? I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, it's just you're right. It's laziness. It's kind of, I put together my Linktree for all the major platforms I'm on, and people should find me, so that it's convenient for people to just click there and go there. But yeah, I just did it for Spotify and my playlists there and for YouTube. But I could do it for Tidal. I could do it for Deezer. I could do it. I didn't do it. Maybe I should do it now.
I can actually give you one interesting thing where you just some guy, I want to donate him actually for this. He created some kind of website that you like type into like band name or even band name plus album name, single name, and this website search automatically all your stuff and put it like on one land with all links on all platforms it managed to find. I use it
that's cool.
every week for
give me a link.
For radio.
I need. This is what I use Spotify for when I find new artists. I want to check out. So, and this is exactly what I need. That's a cool tool. Give me the link.
Yeah, so this thing automatically. And when I like play some artist in my radio, I don't put their Spotify. I do this after generated because it's seconds of time from me. It's the same that to go to their actually Spotify profile. And I create automatically generated landings for each of artists, and each one of them, depending on what platforms they are in available, they just have a huge list of options, And this is cool thing. I have that as well, and this is my big respect to this guy. I wrote him on Twitter like, "You crazy! This is so cool, Automatically generated landing pages." I've seen some people use it in like description without any website, just Instagram and this land of all the list of the platforms. How I use it is.
This is exactly what I'm thinking about Linktree. I like Linktree, but this is even better because it's automatically, and it's also a different opportunity from Linktree, because I was thinking, okay, once Linktree will charge me for it, then I will kind of get off Linktree, and then I have to kind of find another solution for that. But this is even a better solution, So, and I would, because it seems like he's also doing it accurately at the moment, This means once I add something, at Linktree, I have to edit. I had to add the site to it, but he does it automatically because he always starts a new search whenever you hit the link. He starts again, okay, what's where? So perfect. Send me the shout out to this guy. I'm gonna donate to him as
It's
well.
crazy. Yeah, I want to donate him. It's so cool idea. I don't even have any idea. It works so simple, so fast. Yeah, it's cool. The way I use it is actually I have my like you have Linktree. I have Links Hub with major platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, no, I don't know, I think YouTube, whatever, and then just one little button like all platforms, you know. And then if this is not the platforms he want to use, like he clicks to all platforms, and then everything like Bandcamp or
Mhm.
what else, Amazon, and all this stuff that you don't really hear regularly.
Exactly. This is what I thought. As I was filling out Linktree, that how far down the Linktree a user would go, because I've like, I think like 20 or 30 sites you can go to, because I've also the playlist for Shellshocked Radio Talk, the playlist for Shellshocked Radio Discovery, the playlist for whatever, so I made it single, so easy for the user. But when you have 30 things you can click on, how far down the road you will go. So I'm completely with you that you give them the major platforms you want to easily be found. But then you give them, but if you want to see something else, here's all the rest, basically, woof, and then it explodes, and you can go wherever you want to go. That's a good point, because I think nobody is going through the whole list I put in there, So I kind of put the major ones on top, and then it slowly goes, little more, less and less and less. But yeah, still, this is a very nice. So big shout out to this guy. We should promote him. We should maybe get him on the show and talk with him.
Songwhip.com if it comes to shout out, songwhip.com. And what is very interesting, for example, you have new single. The thing is, you just like type into not only Megalmodas, but Megalmodas slash name of the soundtrack, and now this thing generates not Megalmodas page, but link to this exact soundtrack on all platforms.
Cool.
So if you want to make it as simple as possible, like with link to like you basically what you do by using this tool is just you make one click listen basically on any platform that you are available.
Cool. That sounds good. Okay, Alex.
So yeah, I think
this is some benefit the listeners, because we were a little bit all over the place today. But this is some. Please give me the link, and I will link to it in the description of this video. So this is some really cool. And once again, it's kind of what I'm trying to do anyway with all my stuff is that it's that you're not just on one platform, but on all of them. Wherever the listener wants to check you out, you should be easily be found. So maybe this is a thing for another talk, that also have a good name, that people find you especially. You have a good name in this regard, and I have, Megalmodas is a very unique name. You only have Megalmodas. Whenever you search, you Google it, you only find me, and that's exactly what I wanted to. But yeah, this is a really good website. Okay, I kind of would come to the conclusion now. Don't hate the player, and don't hate the platforms. Just use them as they are.
Or it works for you.
Exactly. Just use them as they are intended to. Then, like you said at the beginning, that I didn't really get right away, but I think I got now. This is not a god, and this is not a religion, and you don't have to submit and obey to everything we give you. I mean, take the good stuff, maybe try to avoid the bad things,
It's about offer. You know the price, you know how it works. What's up to you, and nobody took away from it from you, is whether you agree with this offer, whether you take this offer, or you decline this offer. It's up to you. So it's a little bit weird to sign petitions to do this, because if you if you think about like few steps forward, you wouldn't think about that because you knew this is inevitable part of that, and I guess it will be cheaper and cheaper. So go away from all the music platforms. Make a vinyls and sell it in, I don't know,
Yeah, sell it
in the region.
on a flea market or something, and it's fine. And if you most artists, and that's a good point from you as well, say, oh, I'm not in it for the money, and I'm not in it for this and that, and at least I can say it. I would like to live from this, but I'm far away from it. So for me, it's a hobby, and it's a fun part of my life, to be on this. And as you know, for me, this is all a game. I want to see how far I can go. But yeah, and if you're not happy with that, then do something else. Then sign with a big label. Go and just play private shows or whatever. I mean, you're absolutely right. Then don't complain about it, and just
nobody
nobody forces you
to do something.
Yeah, it's like okay, that will be a completely different topic. So yeah, thank you very much, Alex. Okay, no, go ahead. You have a last word now. I'm stopping. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. So this is the thing. I think just treat this. I don't know. I treat Spotify like I think this is the right way to I don't know if I allowed to say it that way. So just treat it like a promotion tool, and treat it like promotion tool, and take the income as a pleasant bonus instead of real income. It's just
a good point.
It's just fun part, but I don't think it ever was a case with Spotify because it just doesn't make sense. Millions of people, millions of creators, and millions will come soon again to compete with you and me. And it doesn't make sense to become more expensive. It will be more cheaper, I guess, and we should prepare ourselves. Try different platforms, different things. This is how it should work, I think.
Yep. Okay, that's a good ending point. So thank you very much, Alex. Talk to you next week again. Bye-bye.
Bye.